you have such a point of view on the role, the proper role of a whistleblower, so-called, in a democracy such as ours. What is that role?
To tell the truth to the American people that they need to know to be the sovereign public, to allow the Congress to act in an informed way on the issue of war and peace, over which the Constitution gives them exclusive power to decide whether we go to war, Article 2, Section 8. That's eroded a great deal in recent years, in fact, in my lifetime. But it's extremely important to get back to it if possible. Or if you find the Constitution being violated clearly, every official, every military officer, as I was in the Marine Corps, every civilian official, every member of Congress takes the same oath of office. And that oath is not to the president. It's not loyalty to a Führer or a president. It's not to secret keeping. That oath is to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, when an official hears his boss, or the president in particular, misleading the public and Congress and getting them into especially a hopeless or illegal war, but any kind of war, misleading them and lying them into war, as I heard my president, President Lyndon Johnson, doing in August of 1964, what should they do? That's not an easy one to answer, actually. What I did was not the best response. It was like all the other thousands who knew that we were going to war when the president said we weren't. And that was to keep my mouth shut and loyally obey the president, however wrongful or misleading his policy. That was wrong, and that's what all the dozen people who heard the president, this president, Trump, commit a crime on the phone with more than a dozen people listening in. Not one of them, so far as we know yet, informed an outside authority, I mean outside the White House authority, like the Justice Department even, let alone Congress, about that, and that was wrong.
We're talking with Daniel Ellsberg, the former Rand researcher and the leaker of the Pentagon Papers. So you said something very important right at the beginning of that answer, which is what the people need to know. And one question is, who gets to decide what the people need to know? Back when you were operating, you went through the New York Times. You had editors of the New York Times that took a look at this and said, yes, the people need to know this. Ultimately, the Supreme Court sided with them. Now we have the ability to go to the globe instantaneously online. Is there a much greater danger that, in fact, there's no check or balance on a whistleblower?
Well, this particular whistleblower, he or she, we don't know yet, did follow the rules that have been provided in recent years for getting information to Congress that he or she feels they really need to know and is being withheld from them. And that's to go to the Inspector General, in this case of the intelligence community, or in other cases an agency like the CIA, which was brought in on this, it seems like, or the Defense Department. Those rules didn't exist for protecting a whistleblower in my day. But even now, and I'm glad that they use them, it should protect this whistleblower from prosecution. But it doesn't protect their career, and it doesn't even protect them physically. In theory, their anonymity is supposed to be protected. In practice, when people go through channels to tell on their boss within the system or their agency, that information gets back to their boss, and they do suffer in their career. They're fired or denied access, retaliated in various ways. Second, since the wrongdoing that's being revealed is within the executive branch and may even involve the president, as in this case, it really doesn't get passed out to Congress. It's not to their interest. So the whistleblower fails. In most cases, I would say that despite this success, a whistleblower with this kind of information would be better, would do better to get the information out and even to be anonymous, to go to Congress directly and to the media. They will be known, their identity will be known to the people they work with, but there will be some effort to keep them anonymous, and that will be more reliable than going through the government channels.
Right. Once again, we're speaking with Daniel Ellsberg, former Rand researcher and leaker of the Pentagon Papers. But there is some legitimate interest, isn't there, Mr. Ellsberg, in some sort of privacy or secrecy in the government? We need to be able to keep something confidential. And in this instance, as you say, the whistleblower went through the right channels. Ultimately, that was stymied by the Office of Legal Counsel, we're told, who said there's an executive privilege, so you should not be disclosing it. What is the balance there between, on the one hand, the president being able to have frank discussions without thinking they're going to be plastered all over the newspaper and on the internet, on the one hand, and the other hand, are finding out wrongdoing?
Of course, there is substance in what you're saying about the need for some privacy and certainly from some secrets from foreign enemies. There's really very little justification for secrets from the right committees in Congress or in closed sessions of Congress, and that's invoked all the time. The president does not have the privilege, executive privilege, of keeping secret conspiracy on a crime, discussions of unconstitutional or criminal activity. It's like the mafia needs secrecy, but they're really not entitled to it since nearly everything they do is illegal. That's not true, of course, for the executive branch. But it does mean that when they do plan something illegal, as in this case, the use of foreign funds in order to improve their chances, Trump's chances of an election by defaming his main opponent. In that case, you can be sure the secrecy system will be used. And in theory, it's not to be used for that purpose. In practice, that's the main reason for keeping most secrets beyond 2 or 3 years. The overwhelming majority of classified documents are from 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 or 40 years old. There's no national security involved in keeping that secret. You never know what may be embarrassing in the future, what promises will not be kept, what predictions will prove to be false, what will appear to be criminal or wrongful, disastrous. So you keep it all secret. And that's really the main purpose of the secrecy system. It's not an abuse. Of course, it has the purpose to keep legitimate secrets legitimately from enemies or foreign rivals. But that is a minor percentage of what is actually kept secret. So we're seeing two flaws, I'd say, in our secrecy system in this very instance. One is the familiar, regular abuse of classification to hide criminal behavior. The other is there is currently no way for a whistleblower to reveal crimes that are classified without risking prosecution. That requires legislation to change it. It's up to Congress to change that.